Hello, my name is Terry Aukus. I'm agronomy sales manager with Cooperative Farmers Elevator, and today what I'd like to talk to you about is cover crop adoption. Cover crops are an old hat but new trick. Cover crops have been used since the 1950s and 60s for various practices, particularly a nurse crop in getting alfalfa established. And until recently, in the last 10 years, cover crops have really regained a lot of traction and some of the benefits that they bring to production agriculture today. Today there are really four types of cover crops that are being used. The first is winter hardy, and winter hardy would be products like winter barley, winter wheat, or winter rye, also called cereal rye. Non-winter hardy would be the second. That would be oats, most commonly used because it will not overwinter if it's seeded this fall. The third is brassicas, which would be turnips or radishes, the true tillage radish that you've seen pictures of. And the third would be clovers, such as red clover or crimson clover. The various seed products do bring various things to the table, and so generally a combination of those seed products are used in mixes when they're seeded in the fall. There are four types of reasons why that growers are considering cover crops. One is secondary forage. Quite often growers will plant corn first and harvest the corn silage off, seed winter rye, either drilling it in or aerial application in the fall, and next spring, the following spring, take the forage for production and plant another crop in after that. And so in essence, a double crop scenario. So from a secondary forage standpoint, cereal rye, for example, can bring anywhere from 5 to 10 and even more tons per acre of forage to an operation. The second is erosion control. The rooting habits of some of the grass crops like oats and cereal rye send tremendous root systems down to the soil profile, so they help break up compaction, which would also be the third benefit, but also hold the soil in place with the rooting habit and just creating ground cover. Another benefit of cover crops is soil health. It's been proven that the soils contain tremendous amount of bacteria and microbes, and adding cover crops and keeping something green growing longer throughout the winter and growing season aids in the microbial activity and helping break plant residue down and free up nutrients that are tied into the soil profile. From a timing standpoint, we're just entering the prime time to plant cover crops as small grains harvest has just been completed. And so growers are just starting to drill seed crops, cover crops in those instances. And from an aerial application standpoint, aerial application will take place from mid-August till about mid-September. Ideally, we need a ½ to inch of moisture to get an aerial application established, but once we get that ½ to an inch, generally that's adequate, that stands are sufficient for what we need. The other method is drilling after the crop comes off. I know that is done in corn silage and soybean fields once they're harvested too. Lastly, there are a lot of benefits in a lot of ways that fit growers' operations needs. So I encourage you just to talk to one of your CFE agronomists about what may fit your operation. Check with your NRCS as there's cover crop incentives for new users and existing growers that have used cover crops. There's funds for those too. With that, I encourage you to take a look at this new adoption practice today. Thank you.